everyone, this is Jackie Williams, and in this video I want to share with you the new Meandering Meadow Suite, or the Garden Meadow bundle, which the bundle is the stamps and the dies, the suite is everything, the papers and the embellishments. So you can see we've got some really cute gardening type of themes with the wheelbarrow and the gates and the boots, and then of course the dies that fit around those images, as well as this beautiful arch which we'll be using today, and the gate and some grass. And I love this ribbon. It's a nice soft vanilla sort of twill ribbon with a bit of the pecan pie thread running through it. And this also is one of my favorites. These are little metallic birds facing two directions and some dragonflies. Very suitable for a garden type of card, but useful for lots of things. And then the real star of the show are these beautiful papers. So I'm showing you side B first. You've got these nice painted, kind of more neutral, solid images or papers. These are nice for mixing in, also for die cutting. But then the other side have these beautiful painted scenes, which actually don't need a whole lot of embellishment. They are absolutely beautiful just as they are, with just a little bit of interest added to them. But they're really beautiful for a very quick card. So we're going to be using all of those things today, except for the ribbon. Actually, I'm going to share with you a quick shaker card idea, but it's just a way of showing off the papers, but just adding a little bit of interest to it. So I've got a card base that's it's 5 by 10 folded in half, so it's 5 by 5 on the front. And then I have cut a mat that is just smaller, so 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then I've taken that beautiful arch die and cut a window out of this mat piece, and you can just see it there. It does leave some, I want to say stitching. It's not really stitching, but some detail on the inside and the outside of the die. And I've got another sample that will showcase that a little bit better. And then I embossed this with the exposed brick embossing folder. I chose that one because of the nature of the prints. They're all outdoors, so I wanted something that was quite natural, like the brick or the wood grain would also look very nice. Okay, so that gives us our window for our shaker cards. So the first thing to do is to cover that with a window sheet so that when we put our shaker bits in there, they don't fall right through the window. So I've put a window sheet over the top of that, and I'm just going to use my tear and tape to tape that down on all 4 sides. Shaker cards are one of my favorite kind of cards. They're so fun, and I make them actually fairly often. And then I'm going to use the adhesive strips. Now these are perfect for shaker cards. So what I want to do is just take that and just draw around my arch. This basically is going to create a little wall so that our shaker bits don't fall out. So I've only got a gap right there, or not a gap, a join. Well, actually there and there. So I'm actually just gonna put another little piece right there. That way you can see I've reinforced that so nothing is going to fall out. Okay, then at this point, we wanna put our shaker pieces in. So I have the loose silver sequins, or I have the iridescent shaker circles. So I guess we better decide which paper we're going to use, and we can decide which one looks best. I've cut these ones. I think I'll go with this one that's got the mountain path and the flowers. So I'm thinking we'll go with the silver sequins. So go ahead and put some in there. And you always need actually less than you think. Like that is probably enough, because you don't want it to be full. There needs to be enough room in there that they still have room to shake around. Now I have found the easiest thing, and to make making a shaker card less problematic, is to use a second window sheet and just go ahead and seal all of that up. So this shaker piece is just a contained unit. Then our paper is just going to go behind and you'll just see right through. So the paper itself is not what is closing it up on the back. So I have cut this. I've cut the window so it's right in the middle, and so I've cut this so the center point is reasonably in the middle. So hopefully I'm just going to put it on and it will all line up. So like this, and then when I put this over top, you'll see that my scene is right here in the middle of that arch. Now, before I put that on, after I made my first sample, I decided it would be cool to have one of the birds like inside there. I'm just gonna have to kind of eyeball about where it would go. I'm gonna put it about there. Now I'll take another foam or adhesive strip, I should say, and I'm gonna put these on either side to adhere it down. And the reason why I'm using an adhesive strip instead of dimensionals is because the adhesive strips are actually significantly taller than dimensionals, which makes them ideal for a shaker card. And then I'm just gonna use some glue dots in the corners here just to stick it down a little bit more. There we go. And then let's put another bird here on the outside and a little bit on the white so he really shows up. And then we've got one on the inside, so you've got that foreground and background effect going on, which is quite cool. Then we've got our shaker there, our shaker pieces. And then I have kept the label quite neutral so that I could use any paper and it was going to work. So I've just used some craft. Now we don't actually have the craft paper, but we do still have the craft note cards and envelopes. So I have just used one of the note cards to create my label. And then I'm just gonna put a couple of layers on the inside. And there we go. So I've kept it quite simple. And here's one that I made earlier. And this time I've used the iridescent circles, which adds a bit of color, which is quite nice. It just depends what colors kind of work best with the papers that you have selected. Okay, let me show you some other samples. So this one, again, I kept it very simple, left those papers to be the star of the show. I have just cut out a centerpiece with the deckled rectangles and then just created some mats and then just added some simple embellishments. This one would be really nice for a sympathy card. It's basically showcasing the papers, but just adding that little element of depth. And then this one, I've created a simple fun fold card. I've used that arch again, and this time you can see the outside and the inside, that detail there that the die creates. And I have added that gate die. And this one opens up twice like this. Now you don't have to cut this piece. You could just have it a whole piece on there and then you just see the image through. But I just wanted to add those little details there. Okay, and then these ones, I didn't use the papers at all. I used that very cute wheelbarrow and stamped and colored that right on vellum for a soft look, something a little bit different. And I have a tutorial for these ones. These are included in the Meandering Meadow video class, and the link is below the video. And then I've used just the little bird stamp and colored that right on the craft note cards. So these are the note cards and envelopes, and then just added some simple embellishments with some ribbon and paper and the rustic metallic dots. But that one's a fun one, learning how to color right on colored cardstock. So there are my samples for you using the new Meandering Meadow. This is available after 7th of November. Please see the links below the video. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me a comment and of course share with your friends and subscribe. This is Jackie Williams and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.